Oh, look at that, it's so close. Let's go and turn a light on. Hello, motherfuckers. Hello, 212. Just seeing how good or how shit the bike is. I am sitting down for this job. Okay, let's go. 1,000 to do. 500 green, 500. I'm not that skinny. Right. The early on catastrophe went everywhere. It's on my eye. I'm finally sat down. Hello, Azanta. Australia. Straight. I'll always say that whenever you come on a live, sorry. Straight. Shrimp on the barbie. Are you well? An absolute disaster on the machine. Ink in one of the screens and it just flooded the screen. Ink was flying. Got it all over my hands. I've got it next to my eye. I probably printed balloons that I needed to do. Absolute disaster. This one, like, can I retire at 43? I've had enough of this. It's 4:30 here. I'll be tucked up having a cup of coffee. You had an eventful weekend. Have you done? Mine was just fishing of the garden, which is now complete. How close I was to getting this ink. Well, I don't know if you can see that somewhere around there. It splattered it. If I'd done my eye, probably would have died. That might be a slight exaggeration, but it would have. What is? Ages ago on a different type of machine, I did once get temporary 8 seconds a balloon burst, literally an inch. Then thankfully a few tears later and my sight came back, so not Are you studying for education or just to learn something new? Things like health and safety, bend with the knees, not with the back, that sort of thing. Wear goggles where ink might splatter. Yeah. Ooh, that was one with a hole. You'll see it come right in a second. Here it is. Leave it on, let it do that, then let again. I don't know why it makes me chuckle that noise. I'll take it off this time. Unless somebody wants me to. I'll put it there in case somebody wants me to do it again. So order is for a called Bounce Central. Trampolines and stuff like that. It's quite popular in the UK. Like teenagers, like indoor warehouses where there's all different types of trampolines on angles and just bounce into each other. Apparently teenagers of today do more than just sit on them. Although having said that, I used to love getting on my cycle for miles in between around the shopping centre. I know you said Australia, but like the area, big city, small town. Just extract this new mic. Is it meant to be sound? Whereas cancelling out my own voice on that set. Is it actually? Cut out my own voice now. Just saying. Not my voice. Keith. The most famous Keith Lemon. How about this setting? Anyway, Keith. Oh my word. Taking out my own voice. Keith with printing balloons. Latex balloons. It's my terrible impression. Which that impression was meant to be of. Bit of Western. Oh, had one blow off. Do you drivers on tape? Are you, or is it a lot of public transportation? There's 200 people watching me sitting printing on balloons on enthralling life. Just got my voice out. Let's try this second. Da 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 da. Public transport's crap here. We've been building this thing called HS2 for about 30 years. Halfway through it's time to give up. Yes, we managed to get done. It was absolutely backbreaking. The highlight being when I just finished painting the decking, my wife stood in the wet paint, then tried to blame me. Oh dear. Right, let's try that. I mean, how can I take any blame for her standing in what I already told her was wet paint? Oh, there's always tube strikes. People are Britain don't think now to do a day's work. If you hit them in the face, it's striking for everything. Controversial, but luckily we're 3 hours away from London and we haven't got a tube system. Okay, we've got a tram system, a very basic train system, 2 buses. We only recently got Uber. Yeah, I'd consider Mansfield a decent sized town in the UK. Like I said, we're 3 hours from London, but every time I've been to London, it's hectic. It's just people everywhere. One of them places that you can get in a car and I think it'll take you like an hour to do a mile in the traffic. And the people in London think that's normal. I've come on my bike today again. I'm not a city person at all. I don't know why. I appreciate a city. I appreciate they have so much more in them. Much more like different places to do, different people, different things to do. But I'm just countryside person myself. I like the peace and quiet. Hello, Robert. We're latex balloon printing. 318 in. If you've got any more specific questions, please ask, I'll answer. The main depressing thing is, it's 10 to 5 and I've still got about 40 minutes worth of printing to do. And it's my turn to cook now. And we've got to go food shopping tonight. There's the television program, the soap TV program, Neighbours, well known to people in Australia. Tonight, I'm not sure, gammon or nachos with like chili. Idea is in Tic Tac video, Jenny. I have no idea what you mean. It is my favourite job, but I'm not calm. Did I just see that you said Neighbours is still popular there? I used to love watching it. Madge Bishop, Harold Bishop, or the old clan. $378 in. So we're doing 500 of this lime green and 500 orange after. You can't really see what's being printed because it's white print. Like if I stop this is the speed it's going at. You can't. I remember it made the news because like, didn't they stop it? And then 6 months later, it stopped. When Toadfish was a bad guy, and I think last time I watched it, he was a good guy. Yes, Jenny, that is it. Other people say this is like the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, I'll see the machine. I've actually got people on the other side of this machine farting into it, and that's how it blows up the balloons. And then I sell them to perverts. Am I a Martin? Wadi Maga. That's alien for those. Do you think we will find extraterrestrial life first, or it will find us? I'd love to come in touch with aliens in our lifetime. I love a good spacey alien chat. I tried to watch Home and Away, but I never really got into it. I don't really watch any soaps now. I found that I was getting behind on soaps, but I'd still record them, and then I'd spend hours watching them, and then I'd get behind again. It was just taking over. Hello, Sentinel. I like TV. It was a good series, but I like it when it's got an end. Something to do at night time. Getting from work. Pyjama shorts on. Feet up. Eugenics. It sounds like you are interested in buying some bubbles. Anybody else into like sci-fi? I don't like Star Trek, Star Wars, but anybody in sci-fi that's not that sort of thing. I can prove to you it's not a loop. There's a thumbs up, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, 1 finger again. Have you got your own Doctor Who over in Australia? Or is it on the British one? Where like the Doctor changes every couple of years. I'm the first person on Mars, and I took with me a balloon printing machine. It's not the lungs. My arse is blowing these out. I had a dodgy curry last night and I'm coughing. Stomach chronic. 'em. My advice to you is don't blow these out my mouth, because that back breath thing you'll get. Some women on the internet that sell bottle parts for a lot of money. It's not their parts. It's mine, relabeled. $1,000. Pounds and pennies over here. Pounds and pennies, sir. Or the slang quid. It's £5. 2 quid, £5. 10 £5. It's just because it's a bright orange balloon and white print that you can't really see the imprint very well from your angle. It's one of the misprints. Let's state my hands then. I've got a lag of about 30 seconds on my screen, so I'll just see my own hand. Back print earlier on. Yes, hello, as that. There's a cool name, as that. Is Venerian. I'm intrigued at what Venerian is. The thing is, no crime. I've done this that long that I don't even have to look where I'm pointing the balloons. Nowhere to put them. Just watch my phone screen. $605, 400 to go. I never really thought to use hashtags on Russia. I'll give it a try next time. Russia's that huge place that everyone knows what's on the west side. What's on all that, like, east side. All the same cities. Take care, Gen X. Goodbye. Oh dear. It doesn't just have to be balloon questions or printing questions, or it can be ask me what my favourite colour is. What's my opinion on, I don't know. Starting to get hungry now. I've got a feeling I'm going to get home and I was going to say, let's go shopping. And then I'm going to do that usual thing where you go shopping and you don't know where to stop. And you get home and you've got 30 sausage rolls, 20 pasties, 46 sausage rolls in your trolley that you don't need. Well, we're up 300 to go. If you could eat absolutely anything now, what would you have? It could be sweet, it could be a snack, a meal. I really fancy like a nice thick beef burger with some blue Stilton on. Just the onions maybe. A little bit of barbecue sauce. The bread roll not too thick. I could eat about 60 of them. Baby octopus. What's the taste difference between normal octopus and baby octopus? Oh, I could devour some like barbecue pork ribs. Oh, drooling. Not really much of a salad person. But I do like feta cheese. I like halloumi most, my favourite colour. Like squeaky and chewy. Andres Lopez. Welcome. And then dessert trifle. That's a strawberry trifle. Hello, Ramon. Or maybe an apple crumble with sultana bread. Custard and ice cream. But it always baffles me when somebody has experimented on this process to work out that this is done, like screen printed. Never mind that somebody's sort of done the machine to, you know, do whatever it does. Like, how do you know that you need like a black acetate to make it clean, that you need a bright light, and then you wash it by water? Oh dear, 1 second, the screen's coming in. Throw some of these away as well. Da 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 da. Let's tighten this screen up. I've got 200 more to do. Ooh. Susan from vodka. I don't know why I said that with an Eastern European twang. Anyone that's listening, tell me your best claim to fame. I say this like I've got one, but I used to live to the old Republic of Ireland goalkeepers and the best I can do. Anyone got any decent claim to fame? I was asking, has anybody got any claim to fame? So my best one is when I was younger, my next door neighbour, her nephew was Craig Gibbon, who is a famous footballer. It's a remote and loose link, but it could be that you were an extra on a film with Tom Cruise or his body double, or you discovered something, or it could be you were just interviewed on TV or radio. Your third cousin is Penelope Cruz. just trying to take my mind off food. Nice, that's a good one. Better than mine. That balloon is going to come back round if we get stuck here. Guarantee it. Prepare for it. Not long shot. Oh dear. Right, give me 2 seconds, let me check. Front of my belt. If his wife's made it home yet from work. Nope, our drive is empty. Course you want to go. $25 to go. So close, but I've still got to clean the screen. Although writing is always much easier. And then put the rest of the machine so you can worry about that one tomorrow. Apologise for my expletive bank. And then I've got cyclone. I normally like to take the scenic route 25 minutes, but I think I'm going to go the direct route today. 10 minutes. To get home and find there's nothing in the cupboard, nothing to snack on. Feeling generous. We are at 999. Should be 1,000. I'm going to give them this handful for free. It means I don't have to go and put it back in the box then. There's not loads. I just realised I've put no lights on in this way. I wonder if it feels dark. That shine you can see above the machine is the office light windows. Office window light. Oh, that's stand up. Oh dear. Okay, now the loud noise has stopped. It's a good time if anybody wants to ask questions, because you'll hear me much clearer. Otherwise, I'm just going to be spending the next 5 minutes cleaning. And I'm going to leave this on because it gets my live hours up. What do I need to put there? I need to put something there. So I'm just looking at the racking. I've been trying to sort my office out recently. I don't know what I can eat. So we have these goodie bags that we give away with orders, and inside them there are little bags of Haribo that we just give to customers for free. And there's going to be one unlucky customer that's not going to get the bag of Haribo because it's going in my belly. The Bill, wow, that's an old show. It was more on TV when I was a child, and when I was a child it was like an adult show, so I never really watched it. But I remember the theme tune. Something like that. Like a police drama, weren't it, or something like that. So, these sweets going in one. Oh. That's good. Try not to swallow it in one because I'm currently inside the machine. I remember my mum used to watch it on like a Sunday over here in the UK. There used to be that, and then another programme called Heartbeat, which was also another police type drama set in the middle of the countryside. Heartbeat. I'm There's random pink balloons on there. Oh, them Haribos have gone. Trying so hard not to go and get another bag. There's what we've just printed now. I'll tell you what I'm watching. I think I've mentioned it before. Currently watching The Walking Dead. I think we're near the end of season 10 and there's 11 seasons. Have you watched that? It's turned really crap, but I'm 11 seasons deep near enough. I'm not turning it off now. Let's bring it back a bit. It's a bit repetitive in that they're just constantly up against other survivors. The vet one. What was the vet one? Does ring a bell. What are vets? I don't know. Oh, it's bugging me. Who had a vet? TV show going, well, vets. Remember the British Empire? Not the British, British. Colin Brittis, who used to run a leisure centre. You must have heard of this classic, The In-Betweeners. I think that's one of the funniest TV shows ever. And I think they made a film out of it as well. Rumpole of the Bailey. I've never heard of that. If you like The In-Betweeners, there's another one that's not as well known, but it's got the same like Will, who's in The In-Betweeners, is also in Friday Night Dinner. What's that order done? Friday Night Dinner. It's about mum and dad whose two older sons have moved out. And they come round on Friday night opposite for dinner and they just basically rip the piss out of her. The dad's socially awkward. You've got a neighbour who comes around with this big Alsatian who runs him, Jim. And Jim really likes Jackie the mum, and he'll go, "Hello, Jackie." Oh, what's the dog's name? I can't remember the dog's name. All Creatures Great and Small. I remember vaguely, very vaguely remember that. Wilson, that's it. Was it Wilson or was it Watson? "Hello, Jackie. Just taking Wilson for a walk. He wanted to come and see you." And like this dog would be full stretch on lead, telling Jim where to go. What I've got to do tomorrow: 300 and 1,000, and then whatever comes in. My wife's Malaysian, so she didn't really see many of the British classics, and I was about to say, one thing I made her do was watch Friday Night Dinner. She absolutely found it hilarious. She doesn't normally like my kind of humour, and she said it was hilarious. It's a really good watch. It's, if you've got a sibling, there's so much you relate to in it. Let's try and take you with me. 1 minute, so I can see what everyone's writing. Okay, let's stick you in here. Wear gloves, Colin. Wear gloves. Look, there's ink from earlier on. That's so close to mine. I've got a bit there as well. Yeah. Right, well, I'm trying to get it off. God, that's just making it worse. Oh my God. What am I doing? I'm telling you, this ink just gets everywhere. What is it doing? If you just joined in, I'm not blowing my nose. I've got ink everywhere. Stay in my hands. Oh, it's not as bad, but I'm going to learn my lesson. I'm not going to use gloves. So, this is essentially a fancier version of white spirit. Spray a bit on. And these are just Amazon wet wipes. Does it even say on Amazon? Yeah, by Amazon. No, again, I've heard of The Good Life, but I've never watched it. A lot of these that you mentioned it just probably a little bit before my time. I'm not that old. I'm 43 and I still think at times I'm 21. I'll tell you what, after this weekend's gardening, I do not feel 21. I've got a weird sense of humour. I've got like a really dark sense of humour. When we were on holiday recently, I tried to get to watch Borat, and again, I don't know if that's something that's ever made it big, like a stand-up. He was trying to do various shows, films. I'm a Borat, but she really didn't enjoy that at all. And Jackass, an American show, they did a sketch in Jackass. I remember showing it, and it's where a grandpa follows through in a restaurant in front of his grandkid, and I was absolutely howling, you know. And she would just sat there and go, "That's so stupid." Oh shit. Only as old as you feel. What's that one done? Do I need to wipe anything down? Yes, I'll take one. Only these white inks tomorrow. So let me put you there. I don't think I'd enjoy watching Jackass as much now as I did, but I think there's going to be another film out soon, and I will go and see it in the cinema. If I can get a bank loan out for the price of the cinema. I think the cinema in this country is about £20 a ticket, which is extortionate. Oh dear, right. What we got? Frank Hollocks. You can stay there. Although bizarrely, from the type of programs I've just been saying, you'd think South Park would be right up my street, and it's not. Oh, shit, I forgot about these screens for tomorrow. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Duality Healthcare. I showed you the week how nice and blue sky it was, and look at the state of it now. Been trying to tidy my office. It is an absolute bag shite. Up to sort all these foil balloons tomorrow. These are all foil balloons that need sorting. And it's so I did manage to sort the ribbons today. They're all in some sort of order. Rome wasn't built in a day. Try and balance it there. In fact, I can take. And in 2 minutes, I may even try and you can come on a bike round. £20 for a cinema ticket. That is ridiculous. I want some balloons going to the United States of America. 116 inch and 25. Although there's a Ben and Jerry's kiosk at our local cinema, and it's £8 for a Sunday, and it's got everything that you could possibly imagine that's wrong with it, calories wise, in it, but I can't help but have one. I want to say this was 3.3 kilograms. What does it need to be there by? Let's see, £20 in Australian dollars. $37.59. If it's cents, I don't know if it is cents or not. SE. Which is ridiculous. Shall I try and take you on the bike ride home? I'll show you how quick it is. I don't know if I'll be able to put my phone in the thingy. Frank, sorry, I'm reading out people's details here. UK. Where's it? I love that we're that established as a company now that I can type the balloon printing or the balloon PR into anything when it's collecting an address and it comes up with the company name. It's only taken like 17 years to do it. £8.85 postage. How have we spent £155 in postage in 3 days, in 2 days, in fact. We've only been open 2 days. This is a bit less. Start getting my stuff on. Safety first, people. Safety first. Why do men always wear hats? I'm just trying to work out, why do I always wear a cap? I've got a full head of hair, so I'm not hiding anything. I remember once an ex-girlfriend convincing me to go to the cinema to watch Titanic in 3D. And it's like 3.5 hours long, whatever it is. And the reason she convinced me to go is because she said it had a different ending to it. And I fell for it. And I sat through 3 hours on a standard seat, I'll say, as well. And watched the whole thing to get to the end, and it was exactly the same bloody ending. I mean, I was only about 21 at the time, but... That's that done. That's that done. That's that done. I'll tell you what's disappointing. We listed a load of 46-inch foil balloons, so like 1.15 meters wide, and they're like pillar shapes. We listed like 8 different colours, and it's always gutting when you go on eBay and not a single person has watched it. So I'm going to respond to that tomorrow. Pop with Abby. Okay, let's cycle home. You can cycle home with me. I'll talk to you while I'm cycling, and we'll go to semi-scenic route. We'll just turn this off. Belong. Okay. Keys. Bike. This may or may not work. Let's take the bike outside. You're going to get all sorts of unflattering angles of it now. Right, 2 seconds, I'm going to put my alarm on. Let me see if I can angle this a bit better to give you a first-hand tour of where I'm going. Or is it just going to be like that? There we go. grey clouds. Okay. I don't know what that is there. Of course you can see the unit. Well, I don't really know what to see. One with all the balloons outside. Okay, sorry about that. What I didn't realise is that I was on the Wi-Fi at work. Hopefully this will hold. There we go. Okay, so I lost everyone. What I did not realise then was I was on the Wi-Fi at work. And I was just walking away from work and the Wi-Fi was not infinite. So